Hey everyone, Brian Rezny here from Paws&PeopleCare.com. Today I want to talk about something that's close to my heart, a potential breakthrough in cancer treatment that's helping both people and our furry best friends. I'm talking about Ivermectin and Fenbendazole. You might know them as dewormers, but stick with me, studies are showing they could be so much more. I've seen it firsthand with my dog Georgia, who's alive and thriving today because of these incredible compounds. If you or your dog are facing cancer, this is something you need to research and seriously consider adding to your treatment plan. Let's dive in. First off, let's talk about what these drugs are. Ivermectin is an anti-parasitic drug, originally used to treat things like worms in animals and even river blindness in humans. Fenbendazole, or Fenben as I call it, is another dewormer, commonly sold as Panicure for dogs. For years they've been safe, affordable, and effective against parasites. But here's the kicker. Recent studies are showing they might also fight cancer in dogs and people. And I'm not just talking hype here, this is real research, backed by science. That's starting to turn heads. So, what's the science say? Researchers have found that both ivermectin and fenbendazole can attack cancer cells in ways traditional treatments like chemo sometimes can't. In labs, they've seen these drugs stop cancer cells from growing, trigger cell death called apoptosis, and even boost the immune system to fight back. For dogs, studies have shown ivermectin slowing mammary tumors and fenbendazole shrinking tumors in mice that were injected with human cancer cells. In people, preclinical studies, that is cells in animals, suggest they could work against breast cancer, pancreatic cancer, melanoma, and more. Ivermectin inhibits cancer cell growth by blocking key pathways, like WNT signaling in canine mammary tumors, according to a 2019 study. Fenbendazole disrupts microtubules in cancer cells, stopping division as shown in a 2018 study in Scientific Reports. Combo power. Recent research pairs them with vitamins or other drugs for bigger effects, like a 2024 study with curcumin and CBD. Dogs had anecdotal success in canine melanoma and sarcoma cases. People showed early promise in tough cancers like stage 4 sarcoma and melanoma. Now, I know what you're thinking, Brian. This sounds too good to be true. Where's the proof for humans? And you're right to ask. Most of the solid evidence so far is from lab studies or animals, not big human clinical trials yet. But here's the thing, there are real stories out there. People and dogs beating the odds. And that brings me to Georgia. My girl was diagnosed with cancer, and the vets didn't give us much hope. I started researching like crazy, found out about ivermectin and fenbendazole, and decided to give it a shot alongside her vet care. I worked to figure out safe doses, and let me tell you, Georgia pulled through. She's here today wagging her tail because I didn't just sit back and accept the prognosis. I fought for her with everything I had, and these drugs were part of that fight. Look, I'm not saying this is a magic bullet or that you should ditch your doctor or vet's advice. Cancer's complicated, and what worked for Georgia might not work for everyone. But the research is growing fast. A 2024 peer-reviewed study even outlined a protocol using ivermectin, fenbendazole, and other compounds showing tumor shrinkage in tough cases. And it's not just me. You'll find testimonials online from dog owners and even people saying these drugs turned their cancer around when nothing else did. You know, here's my point. If you or your dog are battling cancer, you owe it to yourself and your pup to dig into this. Talk to your vet, talk to your doctor, look up the studies. These drugs are cheap, widely available, and have been used safely for years in other contexts. Why not explore them? Big Pharma might not push this because there's no huge profit in repurposing old drugs. But that doesn't mean they don't work. People and pets are getting results, and the science is catching up. So that's my story and Georgia's. I'm Brian Rezny with Paws&PeopleCare.com, and I'm here to tell you, don't give up hope. Research ivermectin and fenbendazole, get informed, and fight for your loved ones, two-legged or four. Georgia is proof it's worth it. Drop a comment below if you got a story to share, and check out our site for more resources. Thanks for watching. Let's keep pushing forward together.